Welcome to a Red Velvet Ninja's Guide for Phage Maw, a boss in the Genetic Archives. You'll want to bring 1 tank and 3 to 4 healers. In addition, you probably want to pick up a movement ability. The first step in this fight is making sure your floating action bar 1 is a button that you can easily hit or remember. I am being absolutely serious, this is the primary cause of wipes on this encounter. To test this hotkey, enter Phage Maw's room and pick up the batteries laying around. When a battery is picked up, you will become immobilized, but you will be able to toss the battery in the direction you are facing. Knowing how to toss batteries in the generators will become important later in the fight. To start Phage Maw's encounter, each generator must be filled with 6 batteries. You can see how many batteries are in the generator by the number of balls floating around it. Upon the start of the encounter, everyone should be stacked under Phage Maw, and one person will be empowered and be able to put up a shield. This must be done or the entire raid wipes. No pressure or anything. After this, Phage Maw goes into a long moo. It is very important that the tank builds a large amount of threat during this time. After leaving his moo, the tank should face Phage Maw away from the raid, and the DPS stacks behind. During this time, the tank will be spinning Phage Maw around, trying to avoid the blasters coming out of his face. DPS will also have his own lasers to deal with, which are easy enough to dodge. Phage Maw does place bombs near the tank that need to be DPS down. Typically, there is a bomb group that is dedicated to destroying these before detonation. Ideally, you want to have a high burst DPS class, like a slinger, solo the bomb so the remaining DPS can stay on the boss. Each one of the bombs that Phage Maw drops does raid-wide damage, so you'll want to blow them up one at a time. So you're probably thinking to yourself, why should I even DPS it? Well, when Phage Maw leaves Phase 1, he takes all the bombs and detonates them at the same time. You can offset this with degrid, but it's only going to do so much. So if more than 2 are left, it's essentially a wipe. Phage Maw eventually goes into Phase 2 and begins flying and shooting missiles at you. This becomes a race to fill the generators up with batteries. Be sure to communicate with your team how many batteries are needed for which generator. The shorter this phase lasts, the better. As the generators start filling up, your raid should start heading towards the center of the room. Once the final battery is tossed, the fight returns to Phase 1, and another person will be chosen to put the shield up. The encounter cycles back and forth between Phase 1 and Phase 2 until Phage Maw has been killed. The better your DPS, the less phases you have to deal with. And that wraps it up for this encounter. If this video helped you, please drop it a like. For any questions, please use the comments below. Of course, subscribe to this channel for more WildStar raid videos and entertainment, or visit us on redvelvetninjas.com.